It's finally here. That's right. We're here in ASA on Scorched Earth. And isn't it beautiful? It looks absolutely fantastic. I've been taking a look at the new expansion and seeing what we get with the new DLC from Bob's Tall Tales, and I wanted to go ahead and go through all of the new structure pieces and the skins that are available in the new DLC. Alright, so here we are. I went ahead and I have placed down all of the new structures and skins. So essentially how this works is a lot of the new structures are actually just a structure skin called the Frontier Structure Skin, I think is what it's called. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so it's called Frontier Structure Skin. And this is going to be what you use to select between the different skins that there is. There's a lot of different options in here. I've placed them all down, so we're going to be able to see them all individually. So let's look through these. So at first you can see all of these apply to the wood walls. And as you can see, we have all the different variations, doors and otherwise. And then we also have the saloon door available for the tall double doorway that we have there. Also new windows, new roof pieces, new ramps, new hatch frames, new everything. And here's a look at the outside. So it gets this nice little shingled effect. I think it looks pretty cool. Particularly the railings are really interesting to me. Then we also have this new Frontier window piece that goes right over a wood wall. As you can see, it's way better than the greenhouse windows that we've had available to us. We also have these new jail cell doors available, and they're available in both the tall and short variety, as well as the double door and even a jail cell window, which is openable, although it doesn't look like it should be. We have a new quarter piece, new triangle piece, and then here's something interesting. There's now a quarter foundation available in the game. Of course, I went ahead and skinned it with the Frontier wood as well. And then here's another interesting thing about the new glass structures is that you can actually use them for the secret wall as well. So keep that in mind. There's a glass window available as well as part of the Frontier Pack skin. And we have this new structure called the Wooden Scaffold, which is pretty cool. I imagine it's probably best used for hiking up trains and things like that, but it adds a lot of detail. I'm really interested in using this. And then we also have the swivel stool, which is pretty cool. We have this new plant pot structure, which we're gonna get into this a bit later, but you can switch it between a crop pot and a regular pot. But those have a very special feature with the shovel, which we'll talk about in a bit. We also have the new candle structure, which we have a wall-mounted variation as well. And we have a nice tall outside lamp. You can also use the skin on wall signs, just the standing signs and billboards to create this cool effect. It also comes with a painting canvas frame that looks just absolutely phenomenal. There's a new storage box structure called the treasure chest, which we've actually went ahead and put a bunch of skins in there, and we'll come back to that later. But let's take a look at this. We have a new pillar skin and a pillar beam. We also have a hanging sign that's just really cool. There's what the new ladder looks like. And then we also have a variation for the thin pillar, but here's something new. The thin pillar's been in the game for probably like a week or two, but it didn't have the beam variation, but they went ahead and added the beam variation, so now you can do skinny beams going across whatever you need to, or there's all kinds of things that we can use that for, and it's now opened up to us. Here's what the large gates look like, and here's what the behemoth gates look like. Yeah, we also have the new windmill structure, which is really cool, and it actually has a special effect to it as well. It reduces fuel consumption and heat damage of nearby gas generators. Works at low wind speeds, but more effective at higher wind speeds. Now, I'm not sure if the other windmill that we have does the same thing. It's been too long since I played Scorched Earth, but there's that. We also have this big new water reservoir, which looks absolutely amazing, and it holds a ton of water. 100,000 water can be held in there. And we also have a new town bell, which we can press E on and sound the alarm. Now, I have my sound turned really low, so you don't hear it, but it is indeed going off. I'm not sure how long it goes off for, but there you go. Oh, and then we also actually have a foundation support skin as well, although it doesn't look too much different. It's just a little bit of a different color. Other additions, as you can see, we've went ahead and grabbed ourselves a nice high-level parasaur here, and we have snapped onto it a new structure that you actually have to have a saddle to use, and then you place on the platform cart as well with it, and then it just makes this cool little this wagon you can trail right behind. It does get a bit wonky when you start doing turns and things. It looks a bit strange sometimes, but you know what? It's still cool. I still like it. And then I went ahead and put the new piano structure on the back, which apparently you can actually play different things on the piano, which here I've just turned my volume up. So we should be able to hear a little bit of what that sounds like. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm definitely interested to see what else we can do with that. And it seems like the music is still playing, even though I got off the piano. Oh, but if you go far away from the piano, you stop hearing it. I'm learning things as we go. All right, so let's move on here to the other goodies that we have. So over here, I have put some of the new interior pieces that we have. So we've got a new coffin structure, which you can place facing upright or laying on the ground, and you can actually open or close it as you wish. There we go. So you can have it closed or open, whatever you'd like to do. Another thing you can do with the coffin, if you go right here, capture snapshot, you can place a little clone of yourself inside of the coffin and then hide him away so he can stay in there. That's the other me. That's the nighttime me. Don't worry about him. Moving on, as you can see, we have some awesome new fancy armchairs and fancy sofas. They look so cool. I cannot wait to use these in my builds. We have some new chairs, which kind of look like the dining room chairs that I grew up with. And then we have a nice round saloon table to go with that. As well, we've got some interesting little bottles here. They're called shootable bottles in the menu, but here they are, Northern Comfort. Apparently, that's what the alcohol is named. So there you go. We also have new barrel structures, which are just absolutely fantastic. I'm not really sure how they work. Apparently, you can seal the barrel. Not really sure what that means, but there it is. Some kind of lock, I would guess. Then there's this structure. So this is a really strange one. I'm just going to cover this quickly because I don't actually know how to play poker, but this is a usable poker table. As you can see, when you sit down here, you get a tournament mode or sit and go, and then you can set up the game as you wish. You can accept wagers. You can place bets. All kinds of different things. It's really cool. I'm going to have to learn how to play poker, I guess, because we're going to have to do some tournaments for sure now. And then here is something that I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit upset about this one. It's a chandelier, and it is beautiful. And in my video that I released literally yesterday, I went over how to make a chandelier out of regular torches and a thin pillar, but now we don't need to because we have this. I suppose you could still do that if you don't feel like getting yourself the adventure pack, but if you got the adventure pack, you've got a better chandelier anyway, so you might as well use that one. Now we're going to talk about the weirdest piece so far that I've found, and it is the plant pot. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but what it allows us to do is very strange indeed. If you use the new shovel structure and you go up to any old plant laying on the ground that you would like to maybe say add to your collection, I'm not sure if this one will work. Some of them don't seem to work. Yeah, so that one didn't want to. Another thing, you're gonna need to make sure you actually have an open plant pot. See, so right now I don't have one. I'm just gonna throw these ones on the ground for right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and make myself another plant pot, because you need to have one in here to be able to do this. So you walk up with your shovel and you slam plant. There we go. So bush added to plant pot. And now we have this structure in our inventory, which we can now place down this tree wherever we'd like to. So this adds a lot to the building thing. Now, I don't think it's quite complete because the plant pot still kind of shows with some of these that are like sticking out of them. And I'm not sure what the deal is with that. You can solve that by kind of placing down some empty ones next to it that will make it like clip into it to make it not look so weird. But a lot of them are really good looking. You can also replace it with a crop plot. So you can have these wherever you like, and you can pretty much pick up any plant that you want to, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back over onto the island and see what else you can do with it. But as you can see here, you can decrease the foliage size, you can increase the foliage size, and you can remove the foliage from it completely if you'd like to. So back over here where we just were, I want to show some of the options that you can do with the plant pot. So as you can see, some of them seem to be working beautifully. This allows you to have little plant pot flowers and things like that. I can imagine putting these outside of windowsills and things. You can get bushes, you can get huge cactus plants, you can even get these massive tree cactuses. They're so cool. And as you can see, this one is actually, I think, placed. This one, I believe, is a crop plot. Yeah, that's actually a crop plot. That's not a natural tree there. There's a couple that are kind of weird, like this one where there's just like an empty plot and then a big broken stick. I don't know. I imagine these are probably going to get updated a bit, but I cannot wait to see what we can literally dig up with our shovel and add to our builds. This is going to be a really, really big addition. But one thing we haven't talked about yet is the new skins. So as you can see, I'm just wearing the basic desert cloth that comes with the game. But with the new DLC, there are some new skins in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and drop everything so that this is way easier for me. And I'm just going to pick up all these new skins here and show you what we're looking at. So I don't necessarily know if the Desert Ghillie is part of the DLC or part of the base game, but there's a new desert variant, as you can see here. It's pretty cool, but it's more of like muted colors so that you blend in with the desert inhabitants instead of like the bright green foliage that you have on the island. And then we have our Outlaw set right here. Let's go ahead and try that out. So here's the new Outlaw set. Now, I have not painted it at all. This is what it looks like standard, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, just standard, like kind of American Southwest cowboy type gear, and that's pretty much what they all are from here on out. So there's also the Drifter set, which we'll go ahead and equip that one, right? And here is the Drifter set, looking pretty good. It does make you bald, but it goes quite well with the twirly mustache, if I do say so myself. And here's kind of what it looks like in the character menu, since the lighting is pretty orange right now. But yeah, I'm excited to paint this up and make it custom, make it my own. But that's not it. We actually still have some more skins to look at. We have 3 extra hats on top of the hats that we get with the other skins. And then yeah, that's it. Then so if we check these out, we have kind of like a bowler type hat. And then what else was there? There is the Primitive Sinister hat, which I guess is more if you're wanting to be an evil cowboy. I'm not sure why it's sinister, but there it is. And then there's the Primitive Rancher cap, which kind of reminds me a little bit of the one that we had in ASE, but if I remember right, I think only half that one was bent. But this looks pretty cool. It's got some nice extra little fibers on there. Now there is indeed one structure that we still have not covered, and it is right behind me. Yes, that's right. The train has come to Ark, and it is pretty great. I still have some playing around to see how this thing actually works, but it's pretty cool. You can place down the train tracks pretty much anywhere, and it's quite easy to get them to turn and go up and down, and you can use the scaffolding or pillars as support. They take charcoal to run, and you can add train carts to the back. I'm not sure how many you're allowed to have, but I guess we'll figure that out in the future. But yeah, it comes with its own little platform that you can indeed build on and build all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, that's going to be about it for all the new structures that I found in the new DLC, Bob's Tall Tales for Scorched Earth. If there's anything I missed, let me know down in the comments section, and let me know what you're most excited for in this DLC. For me, obviously, as builder, I am pretty satisfied with all these new items. I think I'm most happy about the plant pot, if I'm being honest. Very, very cool. So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video, and until next time, adios.